The next day arrived. I waited for him, my heart heavy with a dread I couldn't shake. I didn't know what to expect, what words would be said, or how this conversation would end. But I knew one thing for certain. I had to face him. I couldn't run from this. For my sake, and for the tiny life growing inside me. He finally showed up, much later than he said he would. The moment I saw him, my heart sank. His eyes avoided mine, darting around the room as if searching for an escape. The air was thick with unspoken words, heavy with tension. Finally, he spoke, and his voice was a cold whisper that shattered the silence. "I'm sorry," he said, still not looking at me. "I'm so sorry, but I can't be part of this. I'm just not ready to be a father." His words were like a physical blow, knocking the air from my lungs. I struggled to breathe, to process what he was saying. It felt unreal, like a scene from a movie, not my life. I managed to find my voice, though it was trembling and weak. "So you're leaving us?" I asked, my voice cracking on the last word. I was pleading with my eyes, begging him to say no, to say he was just scared, that we could figure this out together. He just nodded, a simple, devastating nod. He didn't offer any more explanation. No excuses, no promises. And just like that, the man I loved, the man I thought I would spend my life with, turned his back and walked away again. He left me standing there, alone, with the weight of our shared future resting solely on my shoulders. In that moment, I felt completely and utterly broken. It was a pain so deep, so consuming, that I thought it would swallow me whole. The betrayal was a sharp, jagged knife twisting in my gut. But then, as the tears streamed down my face, something inside me shifted. It was a tiny flicker at first, a spark of defiance in the overwhelming darkness. I realized, with a sudden, stark clarity, that I couldn't depend on him. I couldn't waste my life waiting for someone who didn't want to be there. I had to depend on myself. I had to protect my child. The days that followed turned into weeks, each one a battle against a tidal wave of grief and fear. I faced the pain alone. The doctor visits were the hardest, sitting in a waiting room filled with happy couples, their hands intertwined, their faces glowing with shared excitement. I would clutch my own belly, a solitary figure trying to hold myself together. The nights were long and sleepless, my mind racing with 1,000 worries. The tears were endless, falling when I was doing laundry, making dinner, or just staring at the ceiling in the dark. But slowly, painstakingly, I began to find a strength I never knew I possessed. It grew from the very core of my being, fueled by a fierce, protective love for my unborn child. I started talking to myself, repeating a mantra over and over until it became my truth. I will not let his absence destroy me. I will not let his weakness define my future. It became my anchor in the storm, a promise I made to myself and to my baby. With this newfound resolve, I began to prepare for motherhood, not as a broken half of a couple, but as a whole and capable woman ready to take on the world. I started small. I bought the first piece of baby clothing, a tiny, soft white onesie. Holding it in my hands, I could almost imagine the little person who would wear it. A smile touched my lips for the first time in what felt like an eternity. I started decorating a small corner of my room, transforming it into a cozy nook for the baby. A simple crib, a mobile with softly colored animals, a stack of picture books. Every hammer of a nail, every brushstroke of paint was an act of defiance. It was me, building a nest, creating a safe and loving space. Each step, no matter how small, reminded me that I was stronger than I thought. I was more than just a woman who had been left behind. I was a mother in the making. Of course, the pain didn't just vanish. There were still nights I cried myself to sleep, mourning the life I thought I would have, the family I thought we would be. The loneliness was a constant companion. But now, there were also mornings I woke up with a sense of hope, a gentle excitement for the future. I would place a hand on my growing belly, feel a tiny flutter or a kick, and a wave of pure love would wash over me, cleansing the hurt. In those quiet moments, I had a profound realization. My child was not a mistake. My child was not a burden or a complication. My child was a blessing, a gift that had come into my life to show me my own strength. And I swore to myself that I would give this child all the love I had. A love so powerful it would be more than enough. I finally stopped waiting for him. I stopped checking my phone, hoping for a message that would never come. I stopped replaying our last conversation, searching for clues or reasons that no longer mattered. Instead, I poured all that energy into myself. I focused on healing. I read books, I took long walks. I reconnected with friends who wrapped me in support. I focused on building a future, not just for my baby, but for me too. I started to dream again, not about him, but about the kind of mother I would be, the life we would create together. Months passed and my body changed, my heart healed, and my spirit grew stronger. Then the day came. After hours of labor, a trial of both body and will, I gave birth. They placed my baby on my chest, and in that instant, the world stopped. All the pain, all the tears, all the fear of the past 9 months melted away. When I held my child for the first time, I felt a love so deep, so profound. It was unlike anything I had ever known. I looked down at this tiny, perfect human being, my baby, and I whispered, "You are my reason. You are my strength." In that moment, holding my child in my arms, I knew with absolute certainty that I didn't need him. I didn't need anyone else. I had everything I needed right here. This little life was my universe, my purpose, my greatest love. Looking back, I learned that betrayal can break you, but it can also be the very thing that rebuilds you, stronger and more resilient than before. It can teach you to stand tall on your own 2 feet, to trust your own instincts, and to love yourself with a fierceness you never knew you had. And sometimes, it can show you that losing someone you thought you couldn't live without is the best gift life can give you. Today, when I look back at the pain, I see it for what it was. It hurt. It left scars on my heart that may never fully fade. But it also made me who I am today. It forged me in fire and turned me into a warrior. He dumped me after I got pregnant. That's a fact. But I rose from the ashes of that heartbreak. I found an incredible, unbreakable strength in motherhood. I found a pure and unconditional love in my child. And most importantly, I found peace within myself. If this story touched you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Like this video if you believe strength can come from pain. And subscribe for more stories that reveal the truth behind human emotions. Thank you for listening.